Hello, Anushka. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. I'm doing
Okay.
great. How about you?
I'm also doing great, Anushka. So, if I remember right, you are from Chandigarh. I'm forgetting the place, Anushka. Sorry, Anushka.
I'm from Faridabad,
Okay, Faridabad, and you are 10th grader right now, isn't it?
ninth grader, ninth.
Ninth, not 10th. Okay, sorry. So, has your school started or how is it going on?
The vacations are still going on. My school will reopen on 1st July.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, what are you looking forward to when your school starts opening or reopening?
When my school reopens, first of all, I look forward to for learning new concepts and topics and to meet my friends as well.
Yeah, so who's your bestie there out in school?
My bestie is Tanvi. She is very nice and she's from Uttarakhand.
Okay, my bestie is Tanvi, and she's one of the best persons I've ever met. So there's a better way to present it. What else do you find about her? She's very nice is a very common word. She'll be our bestie because if she's nice, only we'll have besties, right? So you can say
Yes.
my bestie is Tanvi, and she is the person who I can confide in. She's the person who corrects me. She's the person who helps me with everything. So that way you can say all those things, right?
Okay.
And improve on that part. So one before we start with the main lesson about English, a few things I would like to ask you. All right.
Okay.
So this is about what are you scared of?
What
All
I'm
right.
saying. Okay.
One second. So I'll just go with the questions. Give me 1 minute, please.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
All right. So, what are you scared of basically? What is the difference between fear and phobia?
I don't know the actual meaning between fear and phobia, but I think that phobia is the synonym of fear.
Yes.
Somewhat the
But what
synonym.
is fear is like normally we have simple fears with life, isn't it? How will I do this? What will I do? But phobia means extreme. Like, do you like cockroaches or do you like what is your like? What is the thing that you're scared of and you don't like it?
I don't like lizards in my in my room in my house,
You don't
and
like lizards, so that's a phobia we
insects.
have, right? It's like
Yes.
slippery, and uh, that's a type of a phobia. If you see lizards, you start screaming and squeaking. What do you do if you see a lizard?
If I see a lizard, first of all, I ask my mother that mom, there is a lizard in my room. Go and drive the lizard away because I am not going to stay in my room then.
Yes.
So
So if you have phobias, that can be. Do you have phobias like looking from a tall mountain below in the valley or bungee jumping? Can you do that?
yes, I can.
So then you don't have fear of heights, right? Many
Yes,
people, I cannot see down, I get scared, what if I die? That fear, that
yes, yes.
extreme fear of what if I die, what it'll harm me, that is called a phobia. Okay,
Okay.
so extreme fears. Say many people don't like cockroaches. They have a phobia for cockroaches also. But phobia is a
Okay.
fear actually. We don't have, no, sorry, fear of cockroaches is a fear. But phobia is extreme things. Like if you look at a deep down in a well, you get started getting scared. You start
Yes.
sweating. So that is
Yes.
extreme fear is called phobia.
Okay.
Now, when a phobia happens, like imagine you are scared of something, like say a big spider. So he suddenly starts following you.
Yes.
Then,
Yes.
what is the meaning of fight or flight response? Can you explain that word, fight or flight?
Fight means that when we physically fight with someone, and flight means the when we uh, do when we respond in a way, in a quick action. You can say that when we make a quick
No.
next
So
action.
here, flight or fight means, something fight or flight means fish is one animal that uses fight to flight in response to survive its predators. Like fish will start fighting and not the flight. Like fight means we face our fears.
Okay.
But flight means we move away from it, we
We
run
run
away
away
from it,
from
we
it.
avoid our fears.
Okay.
Fight or flight. So, what do you prefer doing? If you're really having some phobia of something, like somewhere, imagine you, many people have this ice bucket list, putting their body into the cold ice in Antarctica and staying there for 20 seconds. It's a challenge we had a few years
Yes,
ago.
ma'am.
Bucket list for so I ice bucket list was it, it was called ice challenge, ice bucket
Yes.
challenge, where people will just throw ice over their face for 10 minutes. They sit in a bucket of ice,
Yes,
20
ma'am.
seconds, something like that. So such challenges we are scared of, right?
Yes.
So what
Yes.
would you do? Would you fight it, or would you take a flight and just go off?
I would take a fight because I want to face my fear so that in future if something happens, for example, there is an extremely important situation that I have to face that fear and then go ahead. So at that time it would be a restriction and hurdle for me that I won't be able to do that task. So
What
I
is
would.
the, we can have a one word with fear is intense fear. You would have heard, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Intense. What do you mean by the word intense?
Intense means very. Intense means very hard, or you can say very much.
Yeah, it goes to beyond an extent. So, fight or flight, intense fear. There is a word called dread. Have you heard the word dread? D-R-E-A-D, dread, dreadful. What is the meaning
Yes,
of dread?
dreadful. Means very haunting, something very scary.
I dread mathematics and solutions. I cannot
I'm
do
very
math.
scared. Yeah, yeah, something like scared.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I dread in the sense beyond scare. If
Yes.
somebody tells me, okay, do maths, I am scared of taking maths. I don't like maths, so I don't want to do it. I just avoid it, and I dread it also because I feel I'll not be able to solve it. Like I'm like that.
Yes,
Hmm?
yes, ma'am.
Therapist. So we are learning words with flight or fight, dread, phobia, therapist. They are called an instinct. Why is the word instinct used in the word phobias?
Instinct means that when we have something like when we have intuitions or when we follow our own thinking. So instinct is used for this purpose,
And
ma'am.
if people are scared of something in a very extreme manner, which they have a phobia for, whom do we go and show? What is that person called?
We go to a psychologist or some psychologist and a therapist.
Wonderful word. Therapist is the word I was looking forward to. Very good. You have a great vocabulary list for that. So, like basically, are you scared of horror movies, the dark, the ghost, the roller coasters, the exams, and public speaking in English? There are six choices. Can you rate them?
It is in the session notes.
No, no, no. I have given you another lesson, my own
Okay.
things.
Okay,
I mean,
sorry.
if you are allowed to rate horror movies, the dark, the
Okay.
ghosts, the roller coasters, the exams, and public speaking in English. These are the six things. Which comes
Okay.
first? Which are the most scariest of, and which is the least one?
Yes. Okay. First of all, the most scary for me would be watching a horror movie
Hmm.
because when it is a comedy horror movie, so I like to watch it. But when it is a serious movie which includes only ghost and something everything is scary, there is no comedy, so I don't like to watch it. It's very scary for me. And the least I'm feared of is public speaking in English
And what
because.
about the roller coasters and the ghosts and the dark? You have to name them one by one. So first is
Okay.
horror movies. Then public speaking is okay for you, you said. So that comes in the last part. So which is
Okay.
the second one? The dark, the ghost, the roller coasters, or the exams?
Second one would be the dark because I'm not too scared of dark, but when it is very scared and sometimes I hear weird noises, so I get scared in the
Okay,
dark.
then what about
After
ghosts? Do
that,
you believe in ghosts?
no, ma'am, I don't believe in ghosts, so that's why I don't get scared of ghosts.
So have you been to a roller coaster ride anytime?
No, ma'am.
No. So are you scared of going into that big thing like this it shows and then it goes like this, the roller coasters and the rides in the amusement park? Which
Yes,
one are
ma'am.
you scared of going?
I'm scared of going in a roller coaster ride because when it goes in a high speed and then it stops, and after that, when it reaches its topmost speed, I get very scared only by watching that how the people sitting in the roller coaster are managing it. That
I know sometimes the pressure goes up. When I was
yeah,
small, for me, giant wheels were okay. But now, as we age, the giant wheel and all, I feel, oh my God, why am I going up like this? And then it's scary for me also. So, maths is one thing, and exams also. I used to have fears because I have some of my own inhibitions about exams. There was some problem, so that I'm not being able to overcome that. So many times, even teachers are scared of exams. You don't have to worry about it. We trainers also get scared of exams. So we become better teachers to help you understand and learn properly. So we learned a lot of things about. Did you enjoy that part of it?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I use you know some names of phobias. We say like acnophobia. Acnophobia is a phobia of spiders. So do you know any particular names? Can you tell me? There are lots of them, but what phobias do you know about?
Phobias such as aquaphobia. It is
Do you
in
have aquaphobia?
no, ma'am. I
No.
don't.
Okay.
And one I heard is that claustrophobia,
Yeah.
something like that.
That is in
So
closed lifts or
yeah,
small boxed rooms. We feel
in a closed
claustrophobic.
place, something like that.
Then you feel breathless and you start breathing
Yes, ma'am.
heavily. Yeah, many people have that. Then acnophobia, claustrophobia. Then there is a phobia of cockroaches. There's a lot of names are there, but then phobia of dark, the phobia of the moon. Some people are scared of moon also. That
Okay.
moonlight and yeah, a lot of things are there, which we don't know also. So there'll be a lot of silly phobias. What is the one way you would recommend people can overcome their fears and phobias? Phobia is very difficult to overcome, but what do you think?
First of all, I would suggest them to face their phobias by step. For example, if someone is scared of closed space, so we could suggest them that you should try living in a little closed place, but not it should not be tightly packed or closed properly. It should be little bit packed. So something like that, I would suggest them.
Very nice. So these are the things we were just discussing about phobias and things like that.
Yes,
And any
ma'am.
of your friend is scared of a particular weird thing which you find it silly?
No, ma'am, they are not.
Because there are a lot of people who have silly fears is what I've seen, unnecessarily they'll get hype hula about that, but
Yeah,
maybe that is always there, they say,
yes,
so
ma'am.
phobias also are there like this. Many people say, no, if there is a rebirth and he might have died in water, so he's scared of water.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you
Yes.
heard of any such stories like that, weird stories which you can share with me?
First of all, there one of my friends, she shared a story that in her village that there is a grandma. She is very scared of closed places, and once she was there, she was at the she was just about to die, something like that. So I said that how can they die in a closed place? So she asked that in Rajasthan it is common that it is that maybe they have died in that place. So
Earlier, yeah. In the previous birth, many people they say if you have experienced something. I don't know if this previous birth or after birth or we don't know
yes,
anything, rebirth and all that. We don't know about it. After death,
yes,
previous birth, and rebirth. These are the three phases we talk about. So maybe some people say phobias can be connected due to that. Maybe you would
yes,
experience
yes,
something,
ma'am.
but that's all silly. Maybe we don't know. But people who experience phobia, they do have the pain, the fears. So how do
Yes.
we deal with such people? Tell me, how can you deal with such people? One example you gave me that if somebody is scared of box places, we should put them in places which are not too boxed, but sometimes it helps them. Any other way, mentally, how will you let them overcome that fear? What do you do?
Mentally, okay. Mentally, if they have phobia because of particular situation or any past, we can say past trauma. So we first of all we have to let them talk about that. We have to let them share what happened with them, so that they can feel free with us to talk about that. And you after that, slowly, gradually, they will overcome their phobia. And we can also ask them to go for a therapist or something like that.
First, we suggest them to go to a therapist and sort their problems. If they are
Yes.
still unable to do, we must make them comfortable. We must avoid such places where they are scared of. Like if people are scared of, say, bungee jumping or something, we should not force them to do it.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
should make them sit in one place, let them enjoy the scenery instead of just getting hyped and hula.
Yes,
And
yes,
it's very
ma'am.
bad if they get stuck up. So now
Yes.
let's go to the lesson part. You can open the session notes. There's a small read up for you. You can read it.
Okay, ma'am. So
What's the lesson about?
the lesson is about language learning, your journey with English.
Language learning, your journey with English. See, there's a there's a
Okay.
colon there. So how you present it is very important. Okay.
Okay.
So can you decode the message that's given there?
Yes, ma'am. Dear English learner, as long as the first and last letter are in the same place, you can still read this. Sincerely, spelling is not that important here.
Yes. So what is your mother tongue?
My mother tongue is Hindi.
And teach me how do you say how are you in Hindi and I'm fine in your mother tongue.
आप कैसे हो in it means that how are you, and मैं ठीक हूँ it means I'm fine.
Okay. So tell us about how you feel about English language education you are receiving at school.
I feel that English language that I am receiving at school is not so good because there we don't we are just taught rules, tenses, rules, subject, verb, agreement, and something like that. They don't let us use that in practical life.
Mm-hmm.
That how to speak in a place on we can go in an auditorium to speak for public speaking. So I don't think that they are our school is giving us proper education about English language, because I suggest them to also include a class for public speaking as well.
Yeah, basically, public speaking is not the only thing. English has a lot of rules. English has to be read. There have to be role plays, debates.
Ma'am.
There's a literature part that there should be drama clubs. A lot of other things can be included in
Yes,
an
ma'am.
English club where you enjoy and you prepare. Every English club should have certain topics which you will enjoy, have puzzles with, So,
Yes.
what incident or situation motivated you to take up the English speaking seriously?
Actually, the incident didn't take place in my life. My mother told me about that when she was young and she was in the college. She didn't know English language. So because of that she felt that she was looked down by others, because everyone came from private schools and she came from government school. So in government school, I think in 6th they introduced the English language, so she was not so good at it. So at the she pursued of the college for first year only, and after that she learned English, and then she went to college to pursue her other years degree. So I this motivated me that I should also do that, so I don't face any problem like this in future.
Yeah, very true. When you are like in Faridabad, and mostly you'll be using Hindi in the schools rather than
Yes.
English. So that's one thing. But you speak fluent English. You're quite confident. So it's a great credit goes to your mother for motivating you into doing this. So that's a very good thing. So do you think English is easier or more difficult to learn than other languages, and why?
I think that it depends on the person. If, for example, I know that I am being taught English since I was in the kindergarten. Since I was in kindergarten, so I am very familiar with English. So I don't feel like that it is very difficult for me to learn any new word, new vocabulary. So it feels easier for me. And on the other hand, if we see children who are in villages, and if
Children.
we teach children who are in villages, if we teach them, if we say a sentence in English, they will feel that it is difficult to understand that, because they are not familiar with that language. So I think for me it is easy, but for others it may be difficult as well.
Do you think it is like English it is getting a global language nowadays?
Yes,
Everybody,
ma'am.
everywhere, it has become important. What is your say on that?
I think that English is, yes, it is becoming a global language because it is used everywhere and it has become the second language of most of the people. So I think that, and most of the times now, when we see any book, any what do we, product information, so it is almost written in English. No, it is always written in English and not in Hindi. So I think that, yeah, it is becoming a global language.
So, what are the strategies that you use to understand unfamiliar words and phrases while you are reading English?
First of all, when I read any book, any paragraph, so I take a pencil, and when I find any difficult word, so at that moment I try to decode it, the meaning from the sentence, that what is the sense of this word. And first of all, when I decode the meaning, after that I go to Google and search the meaning and some synonyms, sentences, how to use them. So these are the steps I do.
So, in English, we have four skills. First is reading. So, when you read, then there are any authors do you enjoy reading in English, the books?
I'm currently reading The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. So this is my first book I'm reading. So
Okay,
I
you
till
can
now
read
I
about
enjoy this
Chitra,
book.
I think Chitra Banerjee or something. I'm reading her book now. So it's
Okay.
about Mahabharata. It's a nice simple book also. You should also read a few Sidney Sheldons. You should read a few of Harry Potter. All those Harry Potter. There are 8 series which you can read. So start from
Yes.
the first series. That's got a good language. Everybody reads Harry Potter, so don't skip that. Okay.
Actually I have watched Harry Potter movie, but I haven't read that.
No, you will enjoy reading it also. So there are a lot of English novels, Sidney Sheldon novels, Harry Potter. Then we have the detective novels. I forgot Sherlock Holmes. You must read
Yes.
them. They're very nice books. So listening. Have you ever watched a movie or TV show without subtitles, and how did you feel so?
Actually, I have never watched any English show without subtitles because when I watch any English show, it is dubbed in Hindi, but I watch it with subtitles so that I can get to know that if they say any word in Hindi that I don't know in English, so I get to know that word in English as well by watching the subtitles.
Okay. So, what is the last time that you wrote an essay, report writing, or an email, and how did it go for writing practice?
When I last wrote an essay, it was a story writing actually. It was in my exam, PA exam, periodic exam. So in that I wrote an uh, story, short story. It was very interesting and mysterious. So I got 4 marks out of 5. Be- So
Okay,
yes,
that's wonderful. So now speaking, you want to improve your English speaking ability. Which part do you miss the most, and where do you want to improve the most?
I want to improve the most that I want to slow down my speaking speed because when I speak too fast, I don't get the words even though I know them.
Yes, okay. So the pace can be slow by reading role plays, dialogues, and giving good expressions. You will practice that. So
Yes.
the chaos, poem, English poem for pronunciation. So do you say poem or poem? What is it right?
Poem. It's a poem. I'm saying
Very
yes.
good. So you can read the poem now.
Okay. Dearest creature in creation, studying English pronunciation, I'll teach you in my verse, sound like cops and cops, horse and verse. I'll keep you Susie and busy, make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye,
Busy. Susie,
busy.
busy, dizzy.
Okay, Susie busy, make your head with heat grow dizzy. Tear in eye, your dress you'll tear. Cure,
Tear,
tear.
tear.
Cure, fair, seer, hear my prayer. Be careful how you speak. Say gush, bush, steak, streak, break, bleak.
Good.
Woven oven, how and low, script, receipt, shoe, toe.
Woven, it's woven, not women. It's woven, oven, how, and low.
Okay.
Okay? Woven, like this was woven by me. We use wool and then we weave, right? So woven
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
past tense of weave. So here, this was a pronunciation practice. Some of them you can still improve on. So now, my gratitude journal. What are the three things you are grateful for in life?
Three things I'm grateful in my life are that I have wonderful parents and a wonderful family. And second thing is that I'm healthy. I don't face any health issues. And the third thing is that I have all the facilities at my home, that I'm not feeling down. I'm not feeling inferior to others, that I don't have this facility.
Yes. So after that, we have tips for fluency, vocabulary, pronunciation. You can go through them. So today you were quite good. Some of the pronunciation still can improve. The other answers were good, but with fear, you could have added more examples. You were repeating with the claustrophobia fear. So write down some names about fear. Just type them in Google, the different type
Okay.
of fears. So you will see hundreds of them, and you can write some of them there because we do get confused and we cannot remember everything.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that is one thing you can learn the new vocabulary set of words. And in the next class, if you're there, you can present, ma'am, these are the interesting names of the fear. Like as I said, fear of spiders, fear of lions, fear of fishes, fear of water. As you said, acnophobia, arachnophobia, a lot of things we have. So just keep on learning so that you enhance your language also,
Okay,
right?
ma'am.
And you can also do a few weird collective nouns also if you want to write some.
Okay, ma'am.
Collective nouns are very weird, no? A clyn of lion, a school of fishes.
Yes,
So write some
ma'am.
collective nouns which are very interesting, something new only. We have not
Okay.
heard or something. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you and have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining my class. Please don't forget to rate the class also. Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you, ma'am. Nice day ahead.
Thank you, dear.